Surprise! This Better with Bacon video is about a surprising story Jesus told about helping other people. Jesus wants you to be a good neighbor. But what does it mean to be a good neighbor? In the story Jesus tells us today, being a good neighbor is about helping other people. Even when other people don't help them, we should. Even if it is raining, you should stop to help someone else. Because being a good neighbor is more important than not getting wet. Even if other kids are making fun of someone because of how he walks, since he has a physical disability, you help him? Even if it is picking up yucky trash with some of your friends to make a beach or playground or park look better. Even if it is making something delicious to bring to an older woman to eat who is lonely or sad. Or even if it is to share a funny joke. That is right. You remember when COVID-19 was really bad, don't you? A person in California had a fun idea to help his neighbors when everyone had to stay home to stay safe. Each day during the boring quarantine, he wrote a different joke on a sign and placed it on his front yard so all of his neighbors could see it and laugh. What do you call a box filled with ducks? A box of quackers. Why don't you ever see elephants in trees? It must be because they are very good at hiding. I ordered a chicken and an egg from Amazon today. I will let you know which one comes first. This fun, Better with Bacon video is from the Surprise series.
Wow! Huh?
Make sure you check out the other great surprises in this series from. Often when Jesus told people about believing in God, he would use parables. Parables are stories with an important and usually very simple point. Parables reveal a truth about loving God and loving other people. Many people would come to hear Jesus and listen to him talking about faith in God and why it was so important. They knew Jesus was special. They knew he was telling the truth. Many people were happy about Jesus and all he was saying and doing. But not all people. Some people did not like what Jesus was saying because people were now listening to Jesus. Not them. They were the religious leaders in Israel. They were called Pharisees. One day, a Pharisee was in the large crowd listening to Jesus speak about faith in God. Jesus said that each person was to be a good neighbor to other people. God wanted them to help other people, not hurt them. God wanted them to share what they had with people who were in need. God wanted them to speak carefully about other people and not use words to hurt them. Jesus said all of this was to be good neighbors to other people. The Pharisee asked Jesus, "Who is a good neighbor?" "I will tell you," Jesus said, "by telling you a parable. There once was a man walking along a road. He was coming from Jerusalem and was heading to Jericho on a well-traveled road all by himself. Suddenly a group of violent thieves, who had been hiding near the road, attacked him. They took all his money and belongings. They beat him up very badly. They then ran off and left him bleeding on the side of the road. Soon a religious man, who was Jewish, came walking by on the road. He saw the injured man lying in the road. You would think that he would have stopped to help. But no, he just quickly walked by, not even looking at the man lying bleeding and crying in the road. The injured man just laid in the road, hurting, all alone. Soon another religious man came walking by on the road between Jerusalem and Jericho. He was also Jewish. He noticed the man lying on the side of the road. Did he stop and help him and be a good neighbor? No. Instead, he walked on the other side of the road and acted like he didn't even see the injured man. Time passed. Another man came walking. He was not Jewish, like the first two. He was a Samaritan. The Jews hated and despised the Samaritans. The Samaritans didn't like the Jews either. The man who was dying on the road was a Jew. So what do you think the Samaritan who passed by did? Surely, he would not help him, just like the two religious men did.
What?
Surprise! As soon as the Samaritan saw the injured man, he felt sorry for him. He put bandages on his wounds and poured special oil on them to prevent them from getting infected. Then he lifted the injured man on his own donkey. And took him to a home nearby. The Samaritan took out money and gave it to the owners of the house, so they would let the injured man stay there and help him until the Samaritan could return. He promised the owner that if what he gave him was not enough money for him to stay until he was better, he would return and pay him even more. After Jesus finished his parable, he asked the Pharisee, "Which of the three men do you think was a good neighbor to the man who was left injured on the side of the road?" The Pharisee answered, "The third man, the Samaritan." He was the only one who had compassion and helped him. Jesus then told the Pharisee, "Go and do the same. Be a good neighbor to other people." Jesus continued to tell all the people crowded to hear him about God, that God wanted each of them to help other people, and to be a good neighbor, just like the Samaritan. This Better with Bacon video is from the Surprise series. It is the story from the Bible called the parable of the Good Samaritan in the Gospel of Luke in the New Testament. Make sure you check out the other YouTube videos about surprises in this series.